like squeezing the bears.
Aww.
No, they just don't squeeze as much. So I think the ring, yeah.
Hi, Kat. Hi, Shanky. Good morning. Hello. It's morning. It's 8:30. Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. I just woke up, literally just woke up, and I walked down to get my clothes out of the dryer, and I just got dressed. I thought, oh, I don't think I want to go to yoga today because I didn't sleep last night very well again. I woke up at 1:30 and I went back to bed at 4:30 and I watched a little YouTube, of course. That keeps me company. Anyway, but I come down here. Motorcycle Man left me $10 for yoga. So it makes me feel like I should go to yoga. I have a headache. I sometimes when I don't sleep very well in the middle of the night, I feel like I wake up hungover and I haven't drank anything at all. But that's how I feel. But guess what? We went to the farmer's market and I bought fresh ground coffee that they had just roasted that day. He was such a nice person, and all of his coffees were named after his cats. So I was like, wow, that's pretty good. This one is, I can't even say it, Sabry Storm. So this is the more higher level roast, like closer to a French roast. So I bought that. And then he has little cute stickers. It's called Two-Tone Coffee Roasters, and it was at the farmer's market. I'm going to put a little bit of that in here in the video of us going to the farmer's market. We went with, what is going on out there? We went with Crystal and Austin in their city, and we went to their farmer's market. And I put the coffee in this really cool, how do you open it? Keeps it fresh container here. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make a pot of coffee because remember I told you yesterday I'm done with the thingies. I know you can also use the reusable ones too, but I'm gonna make a pot of coffee. I want to give you a real look at what's happening here. We need that. This is me waking up to this. We have Nyla there. And I left all this out yesterday. Look at this. I'm going to even drink out of a cup with lipstick. But this was yesterday's fiasco I left. And today we have working going on over there. That's the noise I heard. It was like air brakes. That is clean, I promise you. I did Man Cub's work clothes yesterday. I washed them. I also did Motorcycle Man's work clothes. I don't normally do that, if you want to know the real truth. Hi, we'll get a better look at you. I don't normally do that because I only do my own laundry and they do theirs. They called me being domestic yesterday. I was doing my domestic duties, they said. And I know that sounds weird that we all do our own laundry, but for so many years I did everybody's laundry. I did everybody's, and it was really bad because sometimes people wouldn't have underwear. So we decided, we had a family meeting, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to teach you kids how to do your laundry, and everyone's going to do their own laundry. And it just has stayed that way, and Motorcycle Man started doing his, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, Tracy, that's so weird, but it works for us. These are the nuts Rich put on my baker's rack that I got and painted and put cute flowers on. And guess what, Debbie? Guess what? I was sitting in the kitchen yesterday and I heard this commotion. I heard this crash and I was like, what is going on? My first thought, squirrels. He calls them all Steve. They're all named Steve. All the squirrels are Steve the squirrel. So I went out and Steve the squirrel is on my baker's rack. He knocked down a pot. He knocked down my little glittery love sign, and he made a mess because he was trying to get his own nuts. I said to Motorcycle Man, do not put your nuts on my baker's rack. You need to... Oh, gosh. Anyway, don't do that, okay? while the coffee's brewing. See, this plant, boom, bing, bong, bing, fell onto this plant, knocked a few of its branches off. Here's my sparkly love sign. That was on the floor. And there was a squirrel right there and jumped down and took off running. And now the Steves are wanting food. I just saw him romping around. So I will put some... Yeah, we're still feeding them, Debbie. We're still feeding the squirrels. Rich even bought walnuts and pecans this time. I said, I hope you're not spending too much money on these squirrels, Rich. But here, he made this ledge, and they will come, believe me. They know now. The good part is it looks like they're loading up and gonna take it away. Rich put the flag out. It looks like he put the flag out this morning. It wasn't there yesterday. And I put those little, you see those banners? Yeah. Getting ready for the 4th. I just wanted to have a little chat. And I know. I just got out of bed. And I'm still wondering if I should go to yoga because the money's right here. That's his encouragement. You know what that is? It's like, go to yoga. It's almost 9. Yoga is at, it's at 10:30, so I usually leave at 10:15. I'll think about it. Let's see how this coffee tastes from the roaster guy. Okay, see, I forgot how to make regular coffee. I think that could be a little stronger. I'll take these off, Mom, so there's no glare. Now you have to really look at my hello, just woke up face. I wanted to just talk about a couple more things, with you. I woke up in the middle of the night and YouTube keeps me company. So I think it's worth mentioning the people that kept me company last night. So the first person I saw was Earl, and he got a new camera. And I'm very envious of the camera, Earl, because I'm still using my cell phone. And I watch his videos now and I'm like, dang it, Earl, that looks so good. So he was chatting about his favorite YouTubers and he didn't say any names. He didn't name any names, but he did say he doesn't like to watch any of the big fancy people. And I don't either, except for Emma Chamberlain. I still watch her, which is kind of silly because she's, RJ's age. But RJ used to watch her, so I used to pop in and watch her. And then I started watching her. And now Emma Chamberlain is like off the charts, man, making money out the whoa. She even has her own coffee line. She has a little coffee place here in LA that I would love to go see. But other than that, I'm with Earl. I like to watch the little people, I call them, the little me's. The people that have not let it gone to their head, The people that can still interact with you. The people that can leave you comments because they have not blown up. Because when you blow up, there's no way you can do all of that. So I like the little peeps too. And so I started with Earl's channel. And everyone I talk about, I will link like I do. Not that we all need another channel to watch, but I just want to tell you who kept me company in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep. Then I watched Cynthia with Senior Insights. And the reason I know about Cynthia and Nana Grace, both of them, is because of Debbie in Kentucky. Debbie, Life in Kentucky, some order of that way, but she shouted them out a long time ago. And so then, of course, me, Curious George, oh, who's this? And then I get hooked on another channel. But Cynthia was really calming me down in the middle of the night because she was talking about finding beauty in all the things, even a piece of toast. And I thought, what the heck is she putting a video up in the middle of the night for? But I know she's in a different time zone, but anyway, she just talked about, the people that made the toast and how did you get your toast and did you really taste your toast? And anyway, I watched her whole video and I was like, yeah, honestly, I live in the clouds and I do a lot of mindful things, but it took a long time for me to get that practice, to be honest. When I was raising the kids, I was always like, I didn't have time for anything. And then somewhere in the midst of that, I found a book by Anne Voskamp, I think. Hopefully that's the name. And she had a book about 1,000 gifts or something like that. And every day she would wake up and just find, and I do call them I call them two things. I call them the little big things, and I call it the ordinary extraordinary. And one year I did a photo, it was my personal challenge with my big camera, and every day I'd get up and I'd find something ordinary, extraordinary, and I would take a photograph of it. And I did that for an entire year, every single day. And it could just be dirty dishes in the sink, and I could find beauty in there because there'd be like bubbles with maybe a little bit of a heart shape. I don't know. So that is something I've worked on for many years, and it has really helped me in my attitude and in my joyful spirit and in all of those things. And I already avoid the news, and I already kind of stay in that area, and I create. And this is yesterday, I don't know if you can see it, I started to paint the sculpture. And again, YouTube's amazing. That's Victoria Coleman's channel. She taught me how to make a sculpture. And so much goodness on here. What was that? What else did I watch? I watched more than that. I really got hooked on Senior Insights though, because that drew me in. I'm drawing up. Oh no, this is the one. I don't know how I drew a blank on this one. Cindy, lifestyle. Something Cindy with lifestyle. She teaches us, me, and I still haven't learned how to put your makeup on. And I don't know. I always just do the same old, four things. And I sat there amazed, but really what got me, and this is where I start going down what got me is Cindy lost her Greg like a few weeks ago. And Greg would be on the channel. Greg would sit with her and be on her lives and do all these things. And although I wasn't really like in her community a lot, and that's only because I don't wear much makeup, I would see her every now and then. And then when she had to let everyone know, she was obviously so sad. And it just gets you thinking, and I'm like, oh my goodness, how is she going on every day? How is she getting up every morning and going on? So last night she did her first kind of getting back into making YouTube, because her daughters are there, at least one, I don't know her whole story, but they're telling her mom, like, you know, I know life, we need to keep going. And so they're teaching her how to pay her bills online, because she used to write checks. Her and Greg wrote checks, and she is learning new things. And she said she has to take her car to the shop next week, and life is going to be so different from her from now on forever. She lost her helpmate, her partner, her best friend. I can't even imagine. And it happens to everybody. Everybody dies. Everybody's going to die. I'm going to die. Rich is going to die. My kids are going to die. I know. Why am I even talking like this? But you know what? Sometimes I get in these things. And then even Sally, she had mentioned, you know, being married 40 years to Daryl. And he had strokes. And she got nervous. And Debbie in Kentucky, her husband has terminal cancer. And there is going to be a day when we turn on Debbie's channel, and she's going to be giving us some really sad, bad news. And those are the kinds of things that I'm going to say keep me up at night, but they kind of do. Because not only is there the world things to worry about, which I avoid, believe me, but there's life things to avoid about. I think about our parents. We try to spend so much more mindful time with our parents, or calling my mom on the phone. And how are you, Mom? How's your leg doing? She's still battling the thing on her leg. Dylan and Crystal went to go visit her Sunday and brought her food and flowers, and she was just so happy. And she had my aunt and uncle come over last week, and they brought her food. And then her best friend Julie came over and brought her food. And people just gather around and do things, and you're like, what did you do, Tracy? Well, I called her on the phone. I went the week before. I wish she lived up the street like she used to. That's what I wish. I wish she was just right up the street. If she was up the street, I'd be at her house right now having coffee. That is for sure. And then next door, we have Mama and Papa Bear, and they sit out front in the evenings, and they just like to watch the people walk by, and they wave to everybody, and we sit and chat in the front, on the front area there. And you know, you just got to decide what is important in life. What is really important in life? And I always say it's people. It's 100% people. So just, you know, spend the time with the people. I'm going to write a letter to Aunt Tina today, because when I was visiting next door, they said Aunt Tina, she wrote them a letter on this, something like this. So Papa gave me this roll of paper, and I'm going to get her back at her own game, and I'm going to write Aunt Tina a letter on this. She calls it toilet roll paper letter. I think it's going to be fun. So I'm going to do that today. I also, our friends are coming for the 4th of July. My best friend, son Daisy, that I've known since I was 4, and her E, they are coming, and it's becoming a tradition. I'm sure I'm gonna make that popcorn over the fire. She's gonna make her grandma's pizza. She is Italian and so much Italian, and so she makes grandma's pizza. And we used to live together in an apartment when we were teenagers, and her grandpa and grandma were the managers of the apartment complex, and Grandma Della would sneak in because she had a key, and she would leave us food, because that's what Italian grandmas do. And she would put pizza on our countertop, and it's not the pizza you think. It's not. It's like it's different than the pizza we eat here. She would put, it would just be like garlic, olive oil, Parmesan cheese. I think there may have been tomatoes on there. And it was this flavor I can't replicate it. And Rhonda and Georgia, Rhonda's mom, tried to teach me how to make it, because they can't give you the recipe. That's not allowed in their Italian family. They can't write it down, but you can watch them make it, and if you can link it in, then you can do it. But so maybe when Rhonda makes that pizza this week, I'll pay attention. Okay, and maybe I'll even film her if she lets me. So that's coming up. What also is coming up? Did I just draw a blank? Oh, yeah. How could I forget this? Tomorrow I'm going to talk to Emmy with Number One Ladies Club. She's going to be here. Not here, but she's going to be on my channel at noon my time tomorrow. So I was thinking I got to schedule that live so it's, you know, in the hopper. And I still have a headache right now. That's weird. Oh, I didn't show you my celery. I need to show you how it's growing, because I'm going to put it in the ground. I would say I'm definitely not a farmer. I have had a garden in the past. I get nervous the squirrels are going to come in the house. Because we leave the back door open. But anyway, I hear some noise, but it's going to be fine. I'll freak out if they start coming in the house. But it'll be our fault, you know. Anyway, yeah, I'll show. I'm not a farmer. Oh my gosh. See? I'm not a farmer, but I have had gardens. I call myself an experimental farmer. I just like to see what happens, you know. Just like with the pumpkins, I put them in the ground. Let's see what happens. The celery, I think they might be ready. I don't see a lot of roots, Brenda, but the tops are coming up. So I don't know if it's quite time yet to put them in the ground, but it's all a big experiment. And like with the celery, what do I have to lose? I just bought organic celery. I had juiced one day, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna put these in the ground. It's free. Well, it's not free. I had to buy the celery to make the juice, but you know, it's like an experiment. You would either be throwing it in your composter, right? Or you would be trying to plant it. So I think I've lost my mind, and I don't know what else to talk about. I'm going to show you the celery, and I hope I didn't get you all doom and gloomy talking about life and death. I'm just sharing my heart, what's on it specifically in the moment. I think a good idea would be to finish my coffee and go hop over to Sally's channel and see what she's going to read out of that book and listen to the birds. I think I need that right now. And then I'll decide if I'm going to go to yoga. I don't know. Definitely get ready for the day. Put my face on. So, I know. I need to dance. I'll do that. There's my celery. Look at it. I also have some basil going here. The basil has the roots. You see? And here's this. Okay. I want you to do me a favor. There is a song by the Flaming Lips called Do You Realize? And whoever it was in that band who wrote that song thinks just like me. And the lyrics are exactly what goes through my head. All of it, all the lyrics. So if you're curious, look up Flaming Lips. Flaming Lips, Do You Realize? Give it a listen if you're feeling adventurous, and really listen. It's me again. Okay, yes, I forget things. So I wanted to say, yesterday, at some point, I put up in the evening it used to be called 1 second a day. Now I have it up to 3 seconds a day. But my month in a glance, if you will, it's my favorite video I put up every month. It is the least watched video because, of course, it's personal to me. But I got that up, and it shows June, all the beautiful little big ordinary, extraordinary things that happened in June. So if you want to watch it, it's only like 4 minutes long. For like 4 minutes and a few seconds.